important issue. Even as we support these reforms, however, it is important that we remind ourselves that new laws will not necessarily be game changers in themselves. These laws, like any others, will only be as useful as the willingness and ability of this or any future governments to enforce them. Legislation without implementation is not worth the paper it's written on, and the Minister nodding as this is something we heard from him frequently in committee stage. I will give way.
Thank the Shadow Minister for giving way. I have an enormous amount of time for an awful lot of what he does and says. On this particular issue, I just want to challenge him a little bit about whether or not these potential changes about the duty to prevent might not be rather more effective and rather more game-changing than he's describing. Not least because not only should they reduce the burden of criminality, which is reducing our economic performance and reducing our productivity as a nation, but they also could potentially be quite deregulatory in the sense that they sweep away a whole raft of largely ineffective and deeply costly set of measures and replace them by something which is simpler, easier to comply with, but more effective at the same time.
Well, the honourable member speaks with great knowledge on this issue, and I think he's absolutely right that what we need is a streamlined, simple approach which clearly places responsibility and liability where it needs to be, and that in fact is smart regulation, because overcomplicating regulation is precisely where the lawyers and the fixers, etc., who so often facilitate this illicit activity, that's where they find their niche, and how they exploit that is their leverage. So he's absolutely right. Let's make this a game-changing piece of legislation, and along the lines that he suggests, let's hope that the government scale of ambition matches his and matches that of other members and honourable members on both sides of this chamber.